First-time sign-in. Welcome to the SecurityBox first-time setup tutorial. We begin with a completely clean SecurityBox database. Open the application in your browser and sign in with a seeded SA account and its temporary password. SA is the built-in system administrator. This initial credential is intended only to let you enter the application once, so it must never remain unchanged on a real installation. Change the temporary SA password immediately after the first sign-in. SecurityBox blocks access to the rest of the application and requires SA to choose a new password. Enter the current temporary password, then enter and confirm a strong replacement of at least 8 characters. Select Change Password. This fourth step protects a newly deployed instance from continuing to use a well-known seed credential. Store the replacement in an approved password manager. Review the clean dashboard after the password change. The clean dashboard opens. Individual users can use their personal password area without registering an organization license. Company, project, API, and directory service capabilities are licensed features. The top navigation keeps personal passwords separate from organization projects. In this tutorial, we will activate the license, build a company and project, and then apply access at both the project and password levels. Find license status in admin. Open the admin panel. License status is visible to SA and administrative users, but only the permitted administrative workflow can change protected settings. An unlicensed installation clearly explains which features are unavailable. User management, company management, and directory login are also grouped here. This makes the admin panel the starting point for configuring a new organization deployment. Get and register a license. Open license status and choose the registration action. Copy the device identifier exactly, because the license service may bind a token to this installation. In the license portal, select the SecurityBox project, register the application or device, and obtain the signed JWT license. Paste it into SecurityBox and save. Treat the complete license token as sensitive configuration and never publish it in documentation, screenshots, or source control. Confirm license validation. SecurityBox validates the token signature with the configured SecurityBox public key. It also checks the key identifier, issuer, audience, product name, expiry, and device binding when supplied. The active status confirms that licensed features are now available. Return to this page whenever you need to review the plan, expiry, registered device, supported application version, or renewal status. Create local users next. Open user management and create the local accounts used in this walkthrough. Enter a unique login name, a helpful display name, an application role, a temporary password, and the active status. We create Alice and Bob as normal users. Give each person an individual account. Never share one login between people. In production, communicate temporary credentials securely and require users to replace them according to your password policy. Review users and authentication sources. The user list now shows SA, Alice, and Bob. It also identifies whether an account is local or originated through the directory login process. Local passwords are verified by SecurityBox. Directory passwords remain in NetSmart, Active Directory, or the configured LDAP provider and are never copied into SecurityBox. Disabling an application user prevents access even if the external directory account still exists. Create the company. Open companies and create tutorial company. A company is the organization boundary that contains projects and membership. Enter a clear name and, if appropriate, assign the first company administrator. A company administrator can manage resources within that company, but does not automatically become the system-wide SA. Keeping these responsibilities separate limits the scope of routine administrative work. Add company members. Open the company membership page and add Alice and Bob by their existing usernames. Company membership makes the users available for the company's projects, but it does not by itself reveal every project or secret. Review the member list and company roles before continuing. Removing a person from the company should be part of the offboarding process when they no longer need organization access. Create a project. Now create tutorial project inside tutorial company. Use the description to record the system purpose, owner, environment, or operational context. Projects group related shared credentials and API access. The creator becomes the project owner. A meaningful project description helps administrators understand why secrets exist and makes later access reviews easier, especially when the company contains many teams or environments. Add Alice and Bob to the project. This step is essential. Open project users, type Alice's username, select the user project role, and save. Repeat the same action for Bob. Confirm that SA is listed as owner and that Alice and Bob are both active project users. Project membership allows them to open the project. It does not automatically let them see a password. Each secret must still be shared separately with an explicit access type. Add a project password inside the project. Select Add Password and create the database credentials entry. Supply a recognizable title, service URL, username, password, and an operational note such as the account purpose or rotation requirement. SecurityBox encrypts protected fields before database storage. Avoid putting secret values in the title or description because those fields may be visible in lists, logs, or access review screens. Share read access with Alice and edit access with Bob. Open the password sharing area. Select Alice as the recipient, choose read, and select share. Alice can view and copy the credential but cannot change it. Then select Bob, choose edit, and share again. Bob can use the credential and update its stored details. Confirm the two access chips, Alice, read, and Bob, edit. This proves that project access and password access are deliberately separate controls. Create a described API token for automation. Create a project access token. Give it a name that identifies the calling application, and write a useful description containing its purpose, owner, environment, and expected rotation. SecurityBox generates a bearer token only after creation. The name and description are not secrets, but they're important for audits. Use a separate token for each application instead of reusing one token across unrelated integrations. Store the one-time token securely. The bearer token is displayed only once. Copy it immediately into the consuming application's secret store. The value is deliberately blurred in this tutorial and is not written to the companion guide. SecurityBox stores only a protected hash, so it cannot display the original token later. If the token is lost or exposed, revoke it and create a replacement instead of attempting to recover it. Grant the API token one password. Creating a token does not grant access to all project passwords. Share database credentials with the new token, just as you explicitly shared the password with a person. The integration can then call the displayed REST endpoint and send authorization :bearer followed by the token. Grant only the secrets that the client actually needs and revoke the token when the integration is retired. Link the licensed NetSmart LDAP service. Finally, SA opens directory login and enables the licensed LDAP integration. For this Docker tutorial, the host is NetSmart app, the port is 389, the base DN is DC equals NetSmart, DC equals local, and the login template is open brace 0 close brace at netsmart.local. Use the account filter shown on screen. Only SA can edit these connection settings. Finish and review security boundaries. Directory login is now enabled, so both local SecurityBox users and licensed LDAP users can authenticate. NetSmart's current tutorial connection uses plain LDAP on a private Docker network. Do not expose port 389 publicly. Use a protected network or a directory service with transport security for production. The setup is complete. SA changed the initial password, activated licensing, created users, added them to the project, shared read and edit access separately, created scoped API access, and linked the directory service.